I wanted to share about something that rests really strong within my heart, and that is the process of healing. And it is a process, so the first thing we're talking about today is anchoring into the heart. So when we actually want to approach healing, we want to approach it from a multidimensional level, understanding that like you actually are a multidimensional being. And so this is really important in that you access and utilize the energetic structures within you that are natural to you. When we approach healing, we want to be connecting into and with our heart, because this is that natural light that is a part of you. It is your higher self. Many people want to talk with their higher self or connect and use their intuition and psychic ability. All of that, it permeates through from your heart center. And the way that we are naturally supposed to heal is to allow the spiritual light that you already have access to begin to unfurl and unfold. We want to do that safely and gently and anchored in a place of light and love. And the way that we do that is by connecting with the heart. So your heart center is the place of your higher self. It is the place of intuition. So we can do it really simply. Like, there are a lot of tools and techniques, but at the end of the day, you want to do what resonates for you, what feels good and natural. So I'm going to use myself as an example, and at the same time sort of teach from that place, because I am someone that has had a lot of abuse and trauma in the past. And so what that has meant, and will mean for you if you've experienced that as well, is that the mind is heavily conditioned and active and kind of on a lot. The mind is very, what sort of filters in, what do I want to say, creates an unhelpful filter, or it kind of dirties the lens of your intuitive voice, of your heart light. That's what I call this place here within you. I call it my heart light, because it became clear to me that when I could actually anchor into here before I make decisions, before I sense into something intuitively, etc., I began to feel this light, this energy. And as you graduate in consciousness, meaning as you entrain and approach that on a daily basis, it will get stronger and stronger, and you become aware that this is your higher self. You become aware that this is your spirit or your soul. And it will hold all the tones and qualities that you have naturally as a part of your unique spiritual essence. So for me, the tones include peace, clarity, water, love, compassion, purity or light. So as I began to kind of, it starts with just putting your hands on your heart and holding the intention in your mind or out loud. I connect to my heart. I intend to. I connect to my higher self. This is what I mean is you should choose what words even resonate for you particularly. And then here is the really important part. We have to begin this process from a place of trust. It may be a gradual process to even access that sense of trust, but that's okay. That's normal. Trust relative to knowing that your higher self is like innate to you. It's as innate to you as like the quality of breathing, as the fact that you have arms. Like, you know, you have a higher self. And so something that can pop up as a block, I think this needs to be expressed, because something that pops up as a block for people is like going here, I connect to my heart, and then we're like looking for it, and we're like, where is it? And we don't get some sort of energy explosion so you're like, oh my gosh, it's not working or something. No, that's like, it's literally impossible. That's the same as being like, oh my gosh, if I hold my breath, I don't have lungs anymore. Okay, you can choose, to breathe and or to not breathe. And even unconsciously, we can choose to be in awareness of our connection to our breath and our lungs, or no. Same thing. This is the same with the higher self and connecting to your heart. It is permanently here. It's not going anywhere. It doesn't care that you struggle with intuition or you don't know what's what yet. So we want to be allowing of that sort of block if it arises. At the same time, just let it pass through you. And we want to practice a thing of like, here, I trust that my higher self is within me. I trust that my heart and my heart light is here. And we wait instead of searching or instead of like trying to do something. You don't have to do anything. If it helps you, you can say that in your mind. I don't have to do anything. And just breathe. Just chill. And as you practice that, the first day or the first moments that you do that, you might be like all in your head and like, oh my gosh, is it working? Is it doing it yet? What's happening? Let that be. Continue to trust. Trust anyway. That's something that my guides say to me all the time. No matter what your brain's doing, no matter what your emotions are doing, I trust anyway. I trust anyway. I don't have to do anything. I am here in my heart. You can affirm to yourself, I am here in my heart. I believe I am connected to my heart. I believe that I am the higher self. I believe that I hear and feel and sense my higher self. It's just important for you to pick things that feel like they're kind of toning smoothly through you, meaning if you say something that's like, I'm totally amazing at connecting with my higher self, OMG, look at me go, you're gonna feel a discord, you're gonna feel like that's not real for you right now. So pick things that are softer, yet they still may not be real for you, in that you won't, like when I say I am my higher self, maybe I don't, if my practice, I don't feel like that just in that moment, but it's not a huge like discord. It's just a bit, okay, I'm gonna keep saying it. As you keep saying it, you're gonna build that momentum of that energy, and actually be that trust and that belief is what allows you to flow more smoothly and engage with like the heart center or whatever you're doing intuitively. It's what allows you to hear your spirit guides better, for example, if you're practicing that. Is to say, I receive, I know, I am connecting. It's the affirmation, because then it's the opposite of a block energetically. So just start like this, like it doesn't have to be complicated. I connect to my heart, and just wait and see what happens within you. Okay? Just breathe and enjoy the process. Take note gently within yourself of what you sense and feel. Some people like to kind of write it down on a notepad, but we also don't want to get attached to what is coming up for us, because you are getting to know this new thing. So one day it might be more in a range of peace, another day it might be in a range of like magic. It's just you're getting to know these essences that make up your higher self energy. So the reason that we want to build this type of practice is because when you are moving towards healing, we're actually supposed to use the higher self energy to do the healing for us. You are supposed to allow life to flow through you, life force energy. It flows through us. And our biggest job and the hardest thing that we struggle with is getting out of the way. So eventually it's going to look like I connect with my heart, and you build that sort of awareness of that energy and sensing that energy. And then I allow my spirit, and you're going to become more and more familiar with the higher self starting to kind of move within you or activate things. Sometimes when you come here, for example, since we're talking about the heart, any kind of emotional blockages that are being held in this chakra, in this area, are going to be needing to be released, because you're trying to step up into a higher tone, and the lower tones can't sort of be, you can't have the lower tones and be in a higher tone for very long. So as you add those higher tones of just your presence, just your breath, just your intention, you may, in time, and as you cultivate that higher self energy, you may get like a wave of sadness, for example, or grief coming up. And it's important, this is why it's important that you have cultivated a strong connection with that higher self energy, so that when that sadness or fill in the blank comes up, you are still capable, of seeing it and holding space for it from that place of light, from that place of, I am the higher self and I allow my higher self to do this. Which can be, as we know, difficult. It can be difficult to maintain a higher vibration, a higher sense of presence, mindfulness, being grounded in the moment as waves of emotion and even past memory arise. That can be challenging when strong emotions arise. And it's a practice. And it's really important to go into those places with light. So I think for me getting back into videos and everything, my guides guided me to talk about this today, because it really is the first step to like your intuition development, to healing, to just playing in magic, and to increasing your consciousness and your awareness, to kind of, my guides are saying, evolution. That's where we're headed right now. The evolution is to move from mind to heart, and it begins as this interesting thing of like a balance of the two. You still very much have a mind, but you become more entrained with and more listening to your heart and going with what your heart and your intuition says rather than the mind. And with that practice, you can do that even in the face of those very strong emotions, and even when fear, the illusion of fear, is very strong. And then you can use that to actually take the healthy step or the right step to bring love and healing to that fear or fill in the blank. This is the process of our human evolution, and it's like so cool and beautiful. And as a final thing, I will say that I have experienced very difficult, strong triggers because of that trauma stuff. You know, I know what it's like to have it just so strong. But I promise you, the more that you cultivate this light within you, and the more that you do listen to that inner voice, and you do take that step that it says rather than fear or practicality, which is often based in fear, you will watch a kind of trust in your higher self, and thus the universe, unfold in your life. And it will get easier and easier to follow your heart. And this is the process of your evolution and following your natural expansion and allowing your natural light to bloom. And I'm just so excited for you to begin. We are each beginning. And it's just so much love. So thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. You can consider supporting me through donation or booking a session with me. I do energetic healing, medical intuition, and one-on-one, very customized to meet you exactly where you are, sacred sessions for your highest light to unfold.